Focus, man.
Okay, so you grew up here, right, in the capital, at least about. So you're a city girl,
Probably.
probably. Okay, cool. So your English is very good. I've noticed that here in Ethiopia, some people will speak really good English, and then other people they kind of like no English. And does it depend what school that you go to here? Okay, so you went to.
If you just learn at the governmental school, so you can speak English like this, but just learning at the private school.
I knew it. See,
So,
yeah, I knew it had to be something special.
I know how to talk English, not perfect, but
Very good. Yeah, hers is. This is about as good as you're gonna find here, and it's fun. It works really well. What have you met a lot of foreigners?
I was big in China, so I had a lot of foreigners friends, not here,
Okay,
in China.
so you lived in China.
You are the first one that I gave in Ethiopia.
Okay, so you were saying you lived in China.
Yeah, 2 years.
Which
I
city?
was learning Yandu.
And you were learning Chinese.
Kind of. Like I was 2 years there, so I was learning a little bit. After COVID, I just came to Ethiopia, so I have no one to talk Chinese. So
True, true. And was that a work thing, or was it studies?
no,
Or?
studies because I've got full scholarships.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you know what? I actually interviewed another person. He is Rwandan, but he lived in China for I think 3 years, and he learned Chinese. And while he was in China, he met an Ethiopian girl who also came to study, and now they're a couple. And he kidnapped her. No, he didn't kidnap her, but he took her back with him to Rwanda. So now they're living in Rwanda together. Yeah, so he kidnapped her heart. That's what he did. He kind of kidnapped her. Anything's possible, right? Okay, and so my water just came, so I'm just gonna reach over here. Gotta make sure my throat is not dry, and I can talk that real to you guys. So just bear with me. But in the meantime, is there anything that you want to share about your time in China? What was that experience like?
I mean, the experience is so funny because like Chinese language is so fun. Like how to take their tone or something. But it's really nice. And I mean, there are some good guys and bad.
So, hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work.
Some of them are racist.
Yes, I've heard that. That's what the other guy I was speaking with. He kind of mentioned that, and the girl as well.
Yeah, but we Ethiopians have light skin, so it doesn't matter.
It's not so much.
We also, if we want to live in Russia, we can live because our skin is light.
Sure.
It's okay. But the black people, like they have black skin,
They get stared at a lot, right?
yeah, they will take your photo even. So,
Did anyone ask for your photo?
no,
Never. Okay, interesting. So, so when you were living in China, man, what was the question? I had a question. I just left my head. Okay, I'm gonna edit it somewhere. Yeah, listen. When you were living in China. Okay, now I know. Okay, when you were living in China, where did people think you were from? Did they think you were from the Middle East, or did they think India, or what did
yeah,
they think?
on the Middle Asia.
Okay, they thought you were.
We just say like we came from Africa. Some of them know who's Ethiopian, but some of them they don't.
Most don't.
So if they ask you where do you come from, I will say like I'm from Ethiopia. But if they don't know, then I'll say Africa.
Okay.
So they will know it.
Oh, they will. So then you have to explain to them, or
No, actually. Actually, we will explain somehow, but they will look at us. Like, they will not understand us how to talk, so
Okay.
it's really hard.
Yeah, I got you. Interesting. So 2 years in China, and were there a bunch of other Ethiopians at your school?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a little group community there.
Yeah, we were like 20. I
Okay.
think so. Like,
That's a good size.
we were little among the other cities. Like, Yangzhou is the smallest like city, so there is no lot of dance for foreigners who live there. So, but the others like Beijing, Nanjing,
So many foreigners,
yeah,
right?
there's a
So,
lot of foreigners.
so at your school, were there a lot of Africans from other countries, like maybe Senegal or Nigeria?
Obviously, I have Ghanaians friends, like Angola, Chad, Sudanese, Yemen.
So many people.
So many.
Okay, very international crew.
Yeah.
That's cool. It seems like it would be a fun environment.
We have a great time, a lot of great time. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. And when you were there, did you date anyone?
No.
No. We can just end it right there.
No.
All right. What about the food? How was the food in China?
We eat a bit more. We eat like injera. So
Yes.
injera is like many other foods. So, but in China, it's literally rice and rice.
Rice and veggies,
So it's
and sweet chicken and stuff.
it's really hard, but we used to it.
You got used to it. Did you lose weight when you went there? Like, because the food is not like the food at home?
No,
No?
again,
You gain weight in China. Okay. It happens when you eat different foods. Because I knew many girls in America who were visiting, who like came for school or they came for some kind of a program. And they're from, who knows, maybe they're from France, maybe they're from South America. And every girl I met, they gained weight. And they were like, American food, it just makes you fat, they were telling me. And then they would go home and they would lose the weight again. So,
I think maybe like in Orthodox church we have fasting.
yes, that's true, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know if my blood type or something, I don't know. But when I fast, I will gain.
Wow.
When I don't,
Then it's
I will
normal.
lose it.
Okay, then you lose it. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed in Ethiopia is you don't really see not anyone, I'm saying not many people, most people are slim is what I'm trying to say. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fasting because there's a lot of fasting that they do. How many days a year? It's like 90 days in the year or more.
Like
In
the
the whole
longest,
calendar.
the longest
You add up all the days.
fasting. The longest fasting is like 2 months.
60 days.
Yeah, 60 days.
But if you add all from a whole year, it's more than 100 days. Right? It's more than 100. So that means that if you're here in Ethiopia, like almost 1/3 of the time of the year, they're going to be fasting. So, I mean, you can imagine most people that's going to make them slim. And that's why
Even in a week, we have to fast 2 days, Wednesday and Friday. Because it symbols like in the Wednesday is like I don't know how to explain in English, like he just sailed God on Wednesday. So we will fast on Wednesday. And Friday we just fast because God just gave on the cross.
yes, yeah, Christ was on the cross on a Wednesday. Okay.
On Friday.
On a Friday, exactly. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, in Ethiopia, most people practice the national religion, and that is the Ethiopian Orthodox Christian Church, right? That's correct? Okay. So, yeah, so you and your family, that's your tradition, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's very strong here. So most restaurants you go to, they will have a fasting menu during the fasting times. And that's something you don't see in a lot of other countries. I don't know about the Middle East, but in most African countries, you won't see a fasting menu. But here, it's so part of the culture that they're already prepared for that. So when you're fasting, are you allowed to eat tuna fish? Is that right?
No.
No meat.
No,
You're fasting.
at all. Because like if you just eat, fasting is like making yourself weak.
Yes.
So if you just eat meat, not others' food, so you will have strength.
Exactly.
Your body will have good.
So you weaken your body to strengthen the spirit.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
So you will imagine like how things goes on. So how to fast, everything.
And you know, most Americans, we've never fasted. Most people. I fasted before. Some people, they don't fast for religious reasons. Some people, they'll do it for health reasons. You know, maybe the doctor will recommend it, or, you know, maybe they're trying to get into a dress for the weekend or whatever. But other than that, most people in the States were not familiar with it. So I find it interesting that so many people do it, and they kind of do it on like on a schedule. And most people are on the schedule. So there's that kind of community cooperation that I think is interesting.
Even not food, isn't food. Like if from the morning, maybe up to half day, we will not eat. If I'm very strong, then I will move at 3.
Okay.
So like they will have also time to fast, not even food.
So you said I'm the first foreigner you met in Addis in a long time. Okay. So what differences do you notice between foreigners and locals here?
You know, like even he knows Ethiopia more than me.
She means that I've traveled to some places she doesn't travel to, but I don't know it. Not like her.
What is happening? Even as well, like I don't know. Like I will go to work, then go home. If I have sometimes, then I'll go out.
Okay.
So
Have you been to Entoto?
yeah,
Okay, so we've both been there.
yeah, in total because when I graduated, I was having photo shoot there. So
Okay. If you guys don't know, Entoto is like a mountain and a park, a huge park, located on the outsides of the city, but it's not far to get to, maybe 25 minutes. So the question.
the question is like, actually, I don't think there are a lot of difference here. Maybe foreigners make a difference because, like, maybe the skin colors or something. But I
So
don't
for
know
you,
if
am I dark or like medium?
you speak difference.
Yeah.
Really. Even if you don't speak English, then if I get one Ethiopian people, I just say you came from. They'll say Ethiopia.
Yeah, they speak to me in Amharic all day long. They try, because I can't speak back, but they try to.
We will teach you.
And then I make a face, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, he's fine." But you know,
But I don't think like there is a big deal here for foreigners to travel, right?
okay, no, I haven't had any problems. So I'm curious. We got somebody who's angry. So I'm curious. What is your impression of Americans or America? Like, what do you think about it? How does it seem to you?
Like the country or the people.
Both. You can answer one, and then you can answer the other.
Like in here.
Oh no. The microphone wasn't on. I mean, there's a microphone here, but it's not as good. Okay, now it's on. Now it's on. So let's start from the beginning. But no, back to the question. So the question was, what is your impression of Americans?
Like it's really hard to answer this question because it's really hard. So no, I don't have American or I don't have American friends. So I don't have the experience like that because I know when you just got to the political part, then the political is not good. Like
Yes.
they took a lot of shit about Americans. So they will support the America. But I don't think so that people is or bad. Like, don't ask me this question. Like, it's really hard.
Okay. All right, that's fair. And based on what you see on television or music, like what is your impression of the country and the lifestyle here?
I think like we Ethiopians like prefer to go to America and work and get job, get money and do some stuff for here. So in Ethiopia there is a mindset like if you just go out and work, you will get a lot of things. Actually, it's good, but in my opinion, when I was a kid, not now, when I was a kid, I really hate America because it seems like it was racist. There's a lot of racist people that I see. There's a lot of problems like America will go to any country, even if in Africa, she'll get a war and she'll go. I don't that's the bad thing.
True.
Right now also the same thing. But the people when I hear there is some racist thing, so I really hate racist. So
Yes.
please be kind.
Very, very well said. So, yeah, to touch upon that, it sounds like you're saying more or less that people here kind of view America for the opportunity. So, like, whatever I'm doing in Ethiopia, when I get to America, if I do it and I work hard, I can earn more and live more comfortably, right? Is that what you're kind of saying? And then also, but like on the other side, you see America as they do a lot of, what's the right word? They do a lot of, they get involved in a lot of conflicts around the world. And because of this and because of racism, you have to see the other side of it. That's what you're saying more or less, right? Okay. Yeah, I just, that's what I got out of it. If I'm wrong, correct me. Okay. Yeah, I think those are very good points, and it's the reality, right? Because no one can deny that there are good opportunities in America, but no one can also deny, no one who's being honest can deny that there's also lots of problems. There's a lot of racial division and discrimination in America as well. And you gotta kind of accept everything, because you can't just pick and choose when you actually live in America. Now, if you're on vacation, that's one thing, but if you want to actually live in America, you have to take the good and the bad. Do you have any questions for me? You can ask me anything you want.
No, I don't have it.
You sure? Take your time. No rush.
Like, I don't have any questions.
So you know some things about me. I travel. You can ask me about like places I've traveled to. You can ask me what I think about Ethiopian people. Is there anything you can ask me?
I think you traveled first at Mecca, right?
Yes, the last time I was here.
So how do you get the food?
The food in Mecca. I don't. It was many years ago, but I remember it was okay. It was okay.
It was okay?
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
you
bad.
just taste the traditional one, or
Yeah, I had the traditional food when I was there.
so you were in Aksum, or
I went to both. Yeah, I was in Aksum, I believe for 2 days or 1 day, and then I was in Mekelle for maybe 5 days.
you go to
Something like
also
that.
Lalibela? Is here?
I went to Lalibela as well. Yeah, I might have to post a picture here so you guys can see the receipts. I was there,
He's like,
and I tell everyone to go. I tell everyone to go to Lalibela. It was a really big surprise for me because I hadn't really even heard of it until I came here, and then someone had told me, and I was googling and I said I have to go. I cannot go home without going to Lalibela, and it was amazing. And I'm gonna go back, Lord willing. I would like to come back here with a family member, maybe a brother, a cousin, a parent, and show it to them as well, because I think it's a crime that so many people haven't been in.
Lalibela is like, they will say like the second. It's right, yes, sir.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Yes.
Like the second, because when we celebrate when we just say God born, so There's a lot of festivals here, so all people will travel to
They
London.
make their pilgrimage, right?
It was like incredible.
What time of year is it when they make that pilgrimage? Is it in the summer? Is it in the winter?
No, in the winter.
In the winter. So that what month is that here?
Like December.
December.
Yeah, January. I think January.
January. Okay. So I didn't say this, but Ethiopia has so much culture, guys. And I haven't said this on any video, but I'm going to give you an example of how special, how unique Ethiopia is. So in Ethiopia, when do you celebrate Christmas?
After the holiday of European countries, the European calendar.
Okay, so what month do you celebrate Christmas?
Like when you get the Christmas on January.
No, for us it's 25 December.
Oh, December, right?
And for you, when is it?
I think on January, last month.
Like January 10th or something like
Yeah.
that? So they celebrate Christmas in January. And when do you guys celebrate New Year's?
On September.
They celebrate New Year's in September, guys. I celebrate it in January, January 1st, right? They do it in September. So like I said, they have their own culture. They do things very differently than the rest of the world. And for
He's on 2024. I am in 2016, right?
2016?
Yeah.
Yes,
2016.
she's 8 years behind me. They live in 2016 out here. And not only that, give them one more, right? So for me, it is 7:15 right now. 7:18.
So, and we like this one.
For her, it's 1:15 right now. So she's 6 hours behind me. She's 8 years behind me. We're not even in the same year right now. That's how different Ethiopia is. And when I came here, no one told me this. So I can't even talk. So no one told me this when I came here. I had to discover it. And there's so many things to discover here that I could do 50 videos and you're not going to know until you come. So guys, if you have the opportunity, come here. It's going to be an experience. And that's what life is about. That's what travel is about. Having those genuine, unique experiences.
They come to Japan.
Okay.
And let's be like 2016.
Exactly.
We'll be young here.
Exactly. Come back in time. Time travel out here. So, any other questions for me before we wrap it up?
Okay. So, you just go to Hawassa. Hawassa is for us like there's a lot of rivers there you can enjoy. So, in Hawassa, they will eat raw fish.
Yes.
So, did you taste that?
I did not. No, I did not. Hawassa is cool. So Hawassa is south of the capital, right? A couple hours south, and it's a whole different environment. It feels like a different country. It's a tropical area, so you have monkeys running around. And I don't mean in the jungle, I mean just down the street. You can see them on the telephone poles sometimes. It's a trip. You know, you've got birds all over the place. You've got everything of nature you could think of. You can go out on the lake and see hippopotamuses like just come out of nowhere. You know, you'll just see their ears, these little flappy ears come up, and their nose, because they have to come up to breathe every once in a while, but they'll be submerged fully, and it'll just surprise you. It's incredible.
Like Hawassa is the natural place.
Yes,
Full of nature.
absolutely.
There's a lot of fruits there, like every fruit in Hawassa. And fish also come there. If you just go to Lagos, so you should visit the Nile River, the longest river in Africa, the whole world.
Yes.
So you just go there.
I did not go. I did not go to the Nile, unfortunately. But that's why I always have future videos. It's going to happen at some point.
So, okay. When you just came to Ethiopia, I mean Addis Ababa, so how do you get the weirdest food in Addis?
So they
raw meat.
so they eat raw meat. Do you guys eat that every day, or is it just for special occasions?
No. Occasion, yeah.
Okay, special times.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if someone wants to enjoy and they will eat raw meat, it's cow meat. On the other side, it's only cow. So I hate eating raw meat, but
Okay, so everyone doesn't like it.
they taste good.
Yeah, I was talking to a taxi driver the other day, and he was telling me that that's his favorite thing. He said he loves to have raw meat, but I haven't tried it yet, guys. I don't think I can handle it. My stomach is sensitive, so because of that, you probably won't see me eat it. I don't know. Anything can happen, but I don't think so.
So the other question is there is a traditional drinks. Every Ethiopian, I mean every Ethiopians, whether you just go to the north, west, east, every have the traditional. But you just go to like the north and the south in Ethiopia. So there's a lot of traditional drinks. So do you drink?
I had tej
It,
the last time I was here. I didn't have it this time.
yeah, I just like it's mixed with honey, with water. So
It's a honey wine,
honey wine.
and it's sweet, right? It's sweet, and it sneaks up on you because you don't feel it at first. You're
You
like,
get
oh,
dizzy and you get drunk.
yes,
Don't resist that thing. Like if your drink is honey, so
it's smooth.
it's hot, you get hot.
Yes, 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 yes.
So you should drink more there. I think on the south there's more there. I think they have the traditional drink that drink. I think so.
All right. Anything else? You finished? Oh, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
Okay.
But what is it like? How are things between men and women in Ethiopia?
So every aspect of Ethiopia here, like when you get to the relationship, like if she just say okay, then it will take you like 1 week. But if you just love her, so you just want not to lose her, it will take 1 month to say okay.
Okay.
But in your country, it's just simple. If I just got to I like you, then I like you.
Yeah,
Okay,
the feeling
move
is
on.
there. The feeling is there.
Let's move on. But here is like, if you get relationship here, then if you want to get married, first you should send all the guy to her family. So maybe they will not say you was in 1 day, okay? Because when they just go to her family, then all those people will stand up and say like, what did you just came for? And then they will say like, we need your daughter for our son.
Okay.
So they will say like, which daughter? They know it, but they say like which daughter. So they will say like I didn't go with my. So they will say like let's check with her aunt, uncle, or something. So they will say like come with 1 week after 1 week. After 1 week, if they just came, they will ask him if he have the HIV. How is his house? How to manage his home?
Yes.
So
They want to know the behavior. They want to make sure she's safe,
everything.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
after that, they will say yes, and then she'll get married.
So here in Ethiopia, if a foreign guy or any guy wants to marry the daughter, do they have to present some gifts to the family? Okay, what is the tradition? What would be a normal?
After like it called Kamosh in ours, so he will give everything like before the wedding.
Okay.
He will give her like everything, like whether makeup, her clothes, even umbrella, everything. Like
Does the family need to receive something from you?
yeah,
Okay.
everything. Like I just buy for her this, and then they will say like if they want to ask her, well, if you will give her a gold ring, a gold everything. So and then you will give them a gifted too, like maybe a traditional thing like gold gabi. You know gabi?
No.
It's just traditional clothes. It will make you warm.
Is it the white thing or no?
Yeah,
The white one.
the
Okay.
traditional. But
Oh, the traditional
that's
one.
not the dress. Maybe you'll give to her mothers
Okay.
that clothes for her father's called gabi.
Okay. I know in some African countries they want, for example, some cows or something like that.
No,
No?
not just
But in the countryside,
and
maybe?
in countryside, yeah.
Okay.
They will say like how many cows they have, sheep and goats, everything. They will say, but in this, they will not see it.
And is there like any tradition differences? Like let's say in the family they have 5 girls. Is like the youngest girl, do they expect like something different because it's the last one, or it just kind of depends by the family?
No, it's depends.
Okay, interesting. And okay, that's interesting to know. And in the home, do Ethiopian women typically cook? They're good cooks.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
All right, and for you, let's ask you then, instead of not just broadly. How many children would be perfect for you? Like what's the number? Yeah, perfect number. Yeah. Let's imagine that you have a husband, right? And he says you don't have to work anymore. He says, I make enough money for both of us. I'm going to take care of you, but I want to have some kids. How many kids do you think would be a good number?
Like it's depends. I think I will not say this much, but it's depends on us.
Okay, let's say he said, I need 4 kids. That's fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Because it depends on you how to manage. Family is like a big thing. Like you cannot break that thing after you get married. So you have to struggle everything. So it's depends on your economy.
Sure, finances.
Yeah, finance. Or if we have finances more than 4 or 6,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Okay, that's good because typically in the States, in most Western countries like Europe and stuff, even if the guy has a lot of money and he says to the girl, hey, I can take care of you, you don't have to work, I want 4 kids, most would be like, okay, I'll give you 2 kids. that's kind of how it is. Now, of course, not every woman. I don't want to say everyone in the Western countries are like that, but it's kind of, you'll have to look harder to find a woman who wants many kids in the U.S. And it's not even about money. Sometimes they just, really don't want to do it. So that's interesting. I ask these questions because, sometimes guys want to know that. Because I'm not saying me, but I know a lot of guys who, maybe they want to have 4 kids. Like, for example, well, I'll leave that out because that's too personal. But let's just say I have family members. I'll say like that. I have family members who, they have big families. They have maybe 4 kids or 5 kids or something like that. And, like I said, in many Western countries, the women, they don't really want to do that anymore. They don't want to have so many.
But you should have the kids. Otherwise, you'll not taste it like you get married.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Anything else?
If you have a question, you can ask.
I'm thinking. We had some good questions.
Yeah, in China, it's like family members should have 1 child. Only 1 child.
Yeah, that was the law before.
Yeah,
like
but
if you
now,
had more than 1, you were breaking the law. But now 2 is allowed.
2 is allowed.
Which is smart because when they did that and it was only 1 child, then a lot of times they would kill the girls because they need to have a son with their name, to pass forward. So it made it so that now there's too many guys and not enough girls in China. And, people weren't thinking into the future. They were just thinking short term. That, you have to make sure there's still a balance. Yeah. Wow, we talked about a lot. Okay. So we're going to talk about something completely different now. Have you ever had a phone taken from you? Like, did you? Yeah. Did anyone ever steal a phone from you?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell that story? Because I got my own story. So.
Okay. I was going to my brother's school, so they just, I mean, I was literally seeing their educational background. So
In the daytime or evening?
Daytime.
Daytime. Okay.
yeah, I was really mad at that time because their teachers told me like a lot of shit. So I try not to have to give their education clearly and nicely. So I tried. So I was getting mad and I was like eating my food like this,
Okay. And this is on the street.
straight.
Okay.
They just took it and ran away.
And your jaw was like, you were like one of those cartoon characters.
Yeah, I just stand and I just say nothing, like because
It was
I
too
was-
fast.
Yeah, I can't do nothing.
Wow. That was a few years ago.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
only one phone.
So I give you guys my story of getting a phone taken in Ethiopia. And I don't want to say that it only happens in Ethiopia because it happened to me in another country too. Actually, 2 other countries. But I'll leave those stories for other days since we're in Ethiopia today. So the last time I was here in Ethiopia, I was having an amazing trip and I had just came from Mekelle, or Mekelle. I don't know how you pronounce it.
That's right.
Mekelle. Okay, I was coming from Mekelle, which is in the north. And I flew, right? So I flew back into the airport here in Addis, and I was traveling with a backpack. So I had a big backpack on, so people could tell I was coming from a trip when I got in the taxi, which is a shared van. They have these vans that go to the airport, and they'll ride you through the city. Because you guys don't know, but Bole, which is a neighborhood in Addis, you can almost walk to the airport. It's super close. It's like 20 minutes at the most with traffic to get to the airport from Bole, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to just hop on this little van. It's going to drop me off, and then I'm good to go. So I have this big backpack on, and I'm in this van, and so they fill the vans up. There might be 3 seats, but they try to get 4 people in the seats. So you're in there really tight, but like this, like me and her, like that in the van. And so you got people on each side of you, and it's very easy for someone to slip their hand in your pocket or whatever, especially when you have this big backpack, you know. So long story short, they must have put their hands in my pocket and pulled my phone out. And so I get out of the van, and the van pulls off, and then I like tap my waist, and I'm like, and it's gone. And I got this huge backpack on, so it's not like I'm gonna Terminator, you know, run down the street and get it, because I wouldn't have been fast enough anyway, and it had taken off. So, you know, it doesn't take much. So I will say, just like anywhere, any big city, this is a big city. So there are big city pickpockets and, you know, people who will take advantage of opportunities. Now, I've never personally had anyone do anything violent where they pull a knife out or something like that to take my phone, but if you're not paying attention, it can definitely happen. So just be aware when you're here in any big city. Just take the precautions that you gotta secure this you just gotta secure your phone.
Be careful in Ethiopia. Do you have injera?
What's that?
Injera.
Have I tried to do it? Of course.
Bake.
Have I baked it?
Yeah.
Have I baked it?
Yeah, because I think in Toto have some place to make injera.
Okay, so that's how they make it.
Roll it.
They roll it. Okay. I've never made it myself. No. I think I've seen it before, but I can't remember. It's been a while. I think when I went maybe to the north, I saw them making it. Maybe near Lalibela. I might have saw it. It was funny too, is that once you leave Addis, there's very, very little English. I remember I was trying to talk to, you know, certain people in Lalibela and stuff. You know, the language here is Amharic, right? And so if you guys don't know, Amharic is a very ancient language. They have their own alphabet, not the one we use, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And the script is called Giz. Is that it? Giz, yes. So they have their own alphabet, it's called Giz. And it's, the letters are very like swirly, I guess, for lack of a better word. So you know how Arabic is kind of like zish? Theirs is kind of like, you know, that's the best way I can explain it to you guys if you've never seen it before. But it's very swirly to me, and you'll see here many signs will be in both languages. They'll have the English, and then they'll have you know their characters, yeah, the guest characters, and it's something that's another unique thing about Ethiopia. It makes it stand out in Africa because it's the only African country I know that has its indigenous alphabet that's still being used today. So it's just a lot of culture here, guys. More than I can cover in this video, or probably 15 other videos. So you gotta come here and experience it yourself. So this is a thing that might surprise people because a lot of people have never been to Africa. The stereotype is that Africa is hot, right? They think it's just hot all the time. I think we're sweating. I think there's mosquitoes. No, there's no mosquito. I'm joking. So the temperature here in Ethiopia is, well, in Addis, let me be specific because Ethiopia is a big country and the climate varies a lot. You've got places like, what is it called? Don't tell me. Is it Denakli Depression? Is that what you say? Denakli? It's the hottest place in Ethiopia.
It's okay for Cashapp.
Yeah. It's in the northeast, right? So there is, I think, 45 degrees or something like that. So you have extreme heat there. So yes, that part of Africa is hot. And then you have kind of tropical areas south of Addis. But in Addis, the capital, where most people are going to fly into, the temperature is, I would say during the daytime, it's comfortable. It's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm during the day if the sun is shining, right? But then at nighttime, it can get cold. So don't come here in shorts and flip-flops and a tank top with no sleeves and think okay, I'm going to the beach when you come to Ethiopia.
I mean, the weather is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the country, Europeans, it's so hot. When it's get hot, it's so hot.
Yes.
When it's cold, it's so cold.
Yeah, it's snowing and stuff. Yeah, but here it's moderate in the daytime, but at nighttime you will need a jacket for sure. You don't want to be out here at midnight without a jacket. Yeah, you'll be miserable. So make sure you pack your jacket with you, pack a sweater too, just in case, and some other long sleeve shirts, and you'll be good to go. It's not freezing cold or anything like that, but like I said, if you're thinking it's just like a jungle and it's going to be hot and humid and sweaty, that's not this city. No, not at all. Okay. Are we done? Okay. So she's had enough. You guys have had enough. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. Once again, this was your guy, Jay Focus. We're on YouTube. Do what? Stay focused.
This thing is a life that's better than your love.